Well, the new leader of the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Leo XIV, has celebrated his first Mass within 24 hours of being chosen by fellow cardinals. Pope Leo had until now remained largely out of the public eye, but with new prominence, there will be much more focus on where he stands on key issues.
Cardinal Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, is the world's first pope born in the United States. But before he walked onto the Vatican balcony Thursday, he was a relative unknown on the world stage. So who is he and what kind of papacy will he lead? Prevost was born in 1955, originally from Chicago. However, he spent decades in Peru and has dual nationalities. He first went as a missionary and later served as bishop of the Diocese of Chiclayo from 2015 to 2023. A close friend says he was a firm supporter of late Pope Francis, especially on social justice issues. A Catholic official in Chiclayo said that Prevost is a very simple man who would go out of his way to help others. He says Prevost showed special care to Venezuelan migrants in Peru escaping the economic crisis at home. Prevost's record on sexual abuse, a key issue for the global church, has not been closely examined in public. Bishop Accountability, a group which tracks clergy sexual abuse, in a statement praised Prevost for efforts helping one abuse victim in Peru. But it raised questions about his handling of other allegations levelled against two priests. Prevost was also sceptical about ordaining women as Catholic clergy, similar to Pope Francis. So what kind of leader will Pope Leo XIV be? His debut at St. Peter's Basilica offers some clues. The first is his choice of name. The last pope to take the name Leo was Leo XIII in the late 1800s, and he focused much of his papacy advocating for workers' rights and fair pay conditions. The second is his choice of language. None of Pope Leo's speech was in English, but rather in Italian, the language of the papacy, and briefly in Spanish to greet his Peruvian community. He also did not mention the United States. His first words in public put a clear emphasis on the need for peace, something Francis also often focused on.
Vogliamo essere una chiesa sinodale, una chiesa che cammina, una chiesa che cerca sempre la pace, cerca sempre la carità, cerca sempre di essere vicino specialmente a coloro che soffrono.
U.S. President Donald Trump was among the world leaders who congratulated Pope Leo.
What greater honor could there be?
But the first U.S. Pope has a history of criticizing the Trump administration's policies. In February, his account on X reposted an article with the following headline: J.D. Vance is wrong. Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others. In April, when Trump spoke with El Salvador's president about jailing suspected gang members from the U.S. in a Salvadoran mega prison where alleged human rights abuses took place, Prevost reposted a comment that included, "Do you not see the suffering? Is your conscience not disturbed?" Pope Leo does agree with some policy points. He opposes abortion, as do Trump and Vance, but he also supported work to fight climate change, according to a post in 2015 urging followers to sign a Catholic climate petition. Pope Leo is expected to follow in the footsteps of Francis, who met with Vance at the Vatican the day before he died. Francis was a champion of the poor and of immigrants. He also had his differences with the Trump administration, having called Trump's immigration policies a disgrace.
And well wishes for the new American pontiff coming from Asia. China, which has no official diplomatic relations with the Vatican, has sent congratulations, expressing hope it will continue to engage in constructive dialogue. Taiwanese President William Lai praised the Pope's election, saying Taiwan looks forward to working on addressing world issues. The Vatican is one of 12 countries to retain formal diplomatic relations with the self-ruled island. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has congratulated the Catholic faithful around the world. He says Malaysia values ties with the Holy See and looks forward to continue that engagement. Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. says he hopes the new pontiff will lead the Catholic Church with compassion and bring it closer to the poor and disadvantaged. Worshippers in Timor-Leste are hoping the new pope will visit their island state. The country declared a national mourning period of 7 days when Pope Francis died last month. It's home to 1.3 million Roman Catholics, more than 97% of its population. Australians also celebrating the good news, many calling on the new Catholic leader to chart a progressive and inclusive era, as demonstrated by predecessor Pope Francis.